Preet and I make book related videos on this channel. If you like books, make sure you subscribe and follow me on my social media. Today I'm going to talk about the book that I really loved, and I'm going to tell you what I loved about this book and whether this book is worth reading. Obviously it's worth reading, but why it's worth reading, I'm going to tell you about it. Let me show you which is the book that I'm going to talk about. It's Baaz by Anuja Chauhan. Now I have read one book by the author and I really loved it. Like, she is like a really different Indian author. If you have ever been like, I'm done with Indian authors, you should try this one and you might change your mind. This book was recently released and I really wanted to review it, and the publishers were kind enough to send me a copy of this book, so thank you so much to them for that. So let me tell you what this book is about. It has been set around all those war scenes because the main characters in this book are Air Force officers, and the main character, Baaz, is Ishan Fauzdar. This is about him and how, everybody in Air Force have a different kind of, attitude towards what they do, and they are like, they do it for different reasons, but only reason why Ishan does it is just for the glory and adventure, until he meets this woman Tehmeena, who is a Parsi, and his feelings start changing about everything, and he kind of starts falling in love with this girl, obviously. Also, this girl makes him question a lot of things that he didn't question ever in his life, like about nationalism, patriotism and everything, and that is what the book is about. It's very clear. I really love this book, and I have to tell you why I love this book without giving away any spoilers. So that is what I'm going to do in this review. First thing that I loved about it is the diversity of the characters. So I really loved how the Tehmeena Dedise, if that's how you pronounce her name, is a Parsi. I really loved how you get to see her world from her Parsi lens, and also I really loved, even though some people might cringe about what is this, but I really loved how, it at times you see how these like high class rich army people and everybody think about others and how they see others, and it was funny. I really loved the plot. Now, usually my reviews are not these like ramblings about why I love the author, but they are structured into what I thought about the plot, and I really loved the plot of this book. It was structured so well, and it was really fast paced because it covered a lot of years at once, and it really showed you everything. It showed you war, it showed you technology related stuff about different planes and Air Force. I was really checking up on Google about everything and I was like so happy about it because I've never been that interested into Air Force. Excellent thing once again. And also this whole plot has an obviously romance in it, and I really loved how everything was played out in a very balanced manner. So there is not like, the author is very much focusing on the war part, or the author is very much focusing on the romance part. Obviously there are very unexpected things which this guy does, but because that is how he is. But it doesn't feel like he just did it because this was supposed to make the book more interesting. This is so natural and so good the plot is. This book has romance, a little bit of it. This book has a lot of action and drama, and this book is just based on a very good theme which you will enjoy. Talking about the characters, I told you I loved all the characters. This is what Anuja Chauhan does. Even small characters, she makes them so colorful and amazing. And even in this book, I loved every single character. Now there is this whole like different people, Raka, Janganman. I really loved how Tehmeena's aunt is. I really loved how Ishan's father is and how his family is. Awesome. And at every single point the author just leaves you with a topic. For example, when you talk about Ishan's sister, that is this sweet realization of how girls are so complicated. So she says that you didn't take me to the party. He was like, you said you don't want to go to the party, but you should have pushed it further because I was scared. But okay, so you want to go to the party? No. So that shows how complicated girls are, and she just covers so many things in this sweet manner. I loved it. Also, the main serious theme about the book is really impressive. I really loved how she touched the themes about how the wives and families of these people cope up with all these things, which like they literally go there to die for their country, and how it feels to those people who actually know them. And more than that, it also is about this girl. Now Tehmeena is a very different kind of girl, and she has very different views about nationalism and about war and everything, which doesn't match with Ishan's views. And it is about how they strike and how things happen between them, how both of these are like, two opposite ends of the pole, and how they are just interacting, because that interaction makes you question a lot. And what Tahmina does at times, that makes you question for so long, that makes you like so confused whether you should love this girl or you should hate this girl. And more than that, it gets you out of the book into your real life and think about those issues with a different perspective. So it's really good in that sense. I usually do not really like to acknowledge the fact that a book has been written to, address something which is happening in a real life when it is a fiction. I don't like to do that, but in this book I had to mention it. But anyway, I cannot tell you what's the end. You will be able to guess it when you read the book, but you will still keep reading, because there is not even a single line in this book that is boring or that is not worth reading. I really love those books in which you actually focus on every single character and give them real colors. So when these guys go to war, all these Air Force Wives Association is together and they're talking, and that thing is so hilarious, and there are so many funny things in this book. Like, you're reading this story, you're getting a great message, and it is making you question a lot of things, but at the same time it's making you laugh. Excellent thing. Now, if you do not know Anuja Chauhan, you would not know this knack this author has. She has a knack of making you laugh in the weirdest and in the most unexpected ways. The romantic scenes in this book are so awesome. I feel like unless the romance portion in the books give you tingling sensation of butterflies in your stomach, it cannot be good. And in this book, every single romantic scene is like that, and it's awesome because of that. You see, even when you read a very, very good book, it takes you like at least 2 or 3 pages or 20 or 30 pages to get into it. But with this book, you will get into this book at page 1, really at page 1. With her dialogues and situations, she just doesn't miss to make people laugh, and all the dialogues and situations are so well played and make you laugh at times, but also manage to do what they are meant to do at different times. I mean, like, all the emotions in this book are on point. Let me compile it up. Anuja Chauhan's books are usually very good, and I'm not gonna judge this author through any other book of hers. This book is awesome because of the characters, because of the plot. It's funny, it's sad, it's emotional, it's colorful, and it's awesome. When I use the word awesome, that means like there is nothing that can be better than it. And to be honest, when I see these like Indian authors writing books, I usually get very disappointed because they do not have anything awesome in them or anything even good in them at times. And when I read a book like this, I feel like every Indian author should read this book to know that how books are written, and every Indian should read the book to know how talented Indian authors can be and how awesome Indian stories can be. Yes guys, you have to read this book. My ratings for this book are 4.5 out of 5 stars. And also I'm going to do a written review of this book because I really need to do it on my blog to actually explain how awesome this book is. You cannot do it on camera because it would have been such a long video if I had to do it, and if I had to explain everything which is in these notes, which I have, like sticky notes which I have put, it would have taken a long time. But I'll try my best to do it on my blog, so do check out my blog review as well. Do let me know if you're picking this book up right now, because you should. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll be signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till then, don't forget to share this video with your friends if you really want to support me, or if you really want to support this author who wrote an awesome book. And everybody should know that they should be reading her book, okay? So just tell everybody about this book. Yeah, that's it. Bye.